You might not like what I say. I might not like what you say. It's a meeting of the minds. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Juice God. We here with another video, and the boxing world is on fire. As you guys seen, this weekend was Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. We don't even really need to say the Jake Paul part. I can get to him later. But the fact that Mike Tyson, we got to see him again at age 58, get in there, put his gloves on, and go against someone in the ring, it's really amazing to me. Like, the last time I seen Mike Tyson fight was back in like the early 2000s, and it didn't look good. It didn't look good at all. Like he said, he was fighting for the wrong reasons, and I can understand that. But to see him get in there, it takes a lot of guts to get in the ring with somebody and scrap. You know what I'm saying? The fact that Mike still had that hunger and will to get in there says a lot about Tyson. So I love that. And getting to Jake Paul, I can respect that guy a little more now. I know everybody say, man, you get in there fighting the old man. I understand that it was a clout chasing and everything, but the fact that Jake put on that big of an event, and he ain't been in the boxing game not even 5 years, and the event was great. Like, it was a really good event. Like, the undercard was amazing. The fact that he could do all that, and he's giving us all this pandemonium for something to happen, you gotta respect Jake. You gotta respect the fact that this man paid Mike 20 mil. He made 40, but he made him 20 mil to get in there for 8 rounds, 2 minutes apiece. Like, that's respect. More people are tuning in to boxing because of this guy, Jake Paul. And we hate to say it because we want him to get knocked out. I want somebody to sleep him. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta appreciate what he's doing for the sport at the right time too, because you gotta realize, like, years ago we lost HBO, a couple years ago we lost Showtime, and now we on DAZN, and now the Saudi Arabians, they took it over there and they're taking it to another level. So it's like boxing was doing this, and now it's here and he's promoting it, so now it's rocketing up to the top. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta give my hand clap to Jake, because that's amazing. I'm a real boxing fan, and that type of fight night that he had, the fights were just amazing. It's more to look forward to. But let's get down to the business on what I really wanted to talk about. These fighters are starting to duck, and I'm not liking the ducking that's going on. Like I said earlier, boxing is on the come up. We seeing fights we never thought would happen. A couple years ago, we seen the Spence Crawford. Everybody know that was an event, huge event. Then we had the Ryan versus Tank, huge event. Even though Ryan wasn't 100%, nevertheless, huge event. You know what I'm saying? Years prior to that, we was getting the Deontay Wilder, Fury. You know, we get they 3 fights. Amazing. All 3 of them. It's like you watch them in order. It's just like, man, these were some warriors actually giving everything. Fury earned my respect. I'm pretty sure he earned Deontay Wilder's respect that night. But what I'm saying is, it's time to start seeing the real fights happen. Devin Haney need to get in there with somebody. We seen what happened when he got in there with Ryan. He got washed. Yeah, he got the .0001 oxygen, whatever it is, in his system. That ain't stopped them lefts from connecting, fam. It ain't stopped them less from connecting. But we need to see you get back in the ring, since you say that was a fluke. Either get back in the ring with Ryan, or you need to go fight Tank. You got the belts. So we need you to go fight somebody that's of a contender. And that's one thing I've been kind of like wondering with Tank. It's like, why are we goading Tank? Like, hey, nobody can beat him. He don't even have a WBC belt. Like, what's going on with that? Like, I thought if you had the WBCs, you can call people out. You could be the big fish. Bud couldn't do it for long. Bud couldn't call nobody out back in the day because he had, what is it, the WBO, the IBA, like stuff, good belts. But it's like, you don't have that WBC though. You know who got that WBC at the time? And that was Big Fish Spence, you know. But as soon as he took him, now he the A side. Why is Tank the A side? He ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Why are you ducking this other competition? Do you not think you can beat Haney? I feel like you can. But maybe it's the weight difference. See, I know it's Leonard Ellaby them over there. I don't even know if he with Al Heyman still, but I know they smart when it comes to these fights. Like that no rehydration clause is genius to me, because if you gonna sign the paper on that, you know what you signing up for. If I know I'm naturally walking around at, like, let's say 170, and I weigh in at, let's say 45 or something like that, I try to rehydrate to like 160 something. If Tank got that clause in there, I'm just gonna be dehydrated. I'm gonna be weak the whole fight. I'm feeling like my stomach gonna hurt. Like, those little things mean something, but that be taking the respect away from me in regards to Tank. Not saying he's a bad fighter at all. He's an amazing fighter. But you have to put these stipulations to fight somebody. Just go out there and fight them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Wilder didn't care that King Kong got tested for drugs back in the day and failed. He said, I just want to fight the best. Because there's something about being the best, but I don't really think he's worried about that. I think financially he's good. His kids and stuff is good. So he's not worried about like the hype. And I can understand that, but as a boxing fan, I do want to see Tank go fight somebody. Like, go fight Shakur. Shakur is the best in the division right now, in my opinion. People say, well, why you say that? He's boring. He's not boring. He's a boxer. He's going to sit there and box you, and he's not going to do what you want him to do, which you're supposed to do, but that's not going to sell the tickets. Not still saying that he's still the best. He's still the best in his division. It's just like, dang, it's a lot to lose, and a lot of people ain't going to tune in. So until a big fight like Haney, Shakur, or a Tank, Shakur happen, it's not going to work out for my boy Shakur over there. So hopefully Matchroom, because he just signed with the Zone. Oh, now he's the Zone. He signed with Matchroom with Eddie Hearn. And he should start getting off some good fights, because I think Eddie good at matchmaking. But like I said, now that the Saudis here and they're able to pay people what they're worth, I think it could happen next year. Shakur versus a Tank or a Haney, because that bag talk, and boxers, you know, they not boxing all their life. Dude put $10 million on the table and say, you gotta fight this guy. No, you don't want to fight him, but it's $10 million. The dude gonna fight him. You just got to at that point. And I feel like Spence was put in that situation with Crawford. It's like, you got all this money. Spence made that fight happen. Crawford let you know. It's like Spence didn't have to take that fight, but that bag there, and it's like, I can't avoid you for too long. Let's take the money while it is. But maybe that's the business. Maybe that's the business. Build it up, see where the money is, and it's like, hey, this is the most I think we gonna be able to get. That's when you take the fight. You take an L, okay. You still walked away with the bag, though. You still walked away with the bag. But even the lower divisions, we can look at the heavyweights. Heavyweights is on a huge up and come. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Usyk over here clowning fools. And then apparently he's about to go against Fury again. I don't know who's going to win that next fight, because I know what kind of boxer Fury is. Usyk's great. You know, his timing and then counterpunching is everything. But, man, that's still Tyson 300-pound Fury over there. You know, with some floating like a butterfly in the ring. You know, so I don't know even who to call, and even if that match is official, because I know they were saying that Usyk needs to fight somebody, or he's contending to fight somebody. I don't even know what they were saying on the ESPN now, but it's a lot going on. Sure, you got was it Jared Anderson? He got schooled, 4 weeks ago or something like that. So he's not the top. When you start fighting that competition, it get different. But you got to respect people for actually getting out there fighting that competition. You know what I'm saying? So, boxing on the come up. Boxing is on the come up. I like to say, before I forget, Boots, I told y'all. Boots, his athleticism is going to fail him before anything. He knows he's so athletic and can get away with stuff. But when we seen him fight Karen, was it a week or two ago? Getting hit with that left, like, what are you doing? The left, like, Shoot, Karen even noticed, like, man, I'm just gonna throw the left if he's gonna let me hit him. He over here trying to the little Philly shell. You getting hit with the left. You think if Ryan Garcia throwing that, you standing up still? Ain't no way. And he catching Boots clean every time. Yeah, Boots won the fight, but that's real alarming to me. That means y'all didn't work on something, or maybe you outgrew your trainer. Maybe Boots outgrew his dad and all the training over there, just like I feel like Haney outgrew his dad. I feel like he needed another trainer. Not saying he can't be in the corner still, but I feel like it's more work that can be done, because Boots can be one of them ones. Like, he can be one of them ones. I feel like I would always compare him to a Roy Jones. He's so athletic, he can get away with these things. But you seen what happened when Roy got up in there, who was just as good, Antonio Tarver, boom, hit him with one. And it's like your athleticism, it'll fail you when you get hit in the right spot. It's like it can only take you so far. So I really hope he really, like, even though he won and everything in front of his hometown, get in that gym and work on them fundamentals again, and like work on that defense, because we know that offense is crazy. That offense is crazy, but we need that defense too, because you out here calling out people like Bud Crawford. Bud probably would got you out there in 4 rounds. You wasn't blocking anything. You know what I'm saying? That offense only take you so far. And I said the same thing about Little Charlo. Little Charlo doesn't move his head. A lot of Derrick James boxers don't be moving their head. Like Spence too. Like, they be taking jabs. It's like, why are you subjected to that jab so easily? I watched Tony Harrison and Charlo, the first fight. And when I watched it with the volume off, Harrison was hitting him with like every jab he threw. I'm talking clean jabs. He just snapping the jab out. And I'm just like, dang, when is Charlo gonna like move his head? So he loses that fight. The next fight, the same thing was happening. It's like they get hit, boom, and then they try to move their head. And it's like, bro, if you don't catch him with that dang right you throw, you might lose that fight too. And that's because Tony got cocky. You know what I'm saying? So, Boots, I really hope you get up in that gym, because you one of those ones where the eye test, that's what they always say. The eye test, I see it. I see the greatness. I think everybody see it too, but you get in there, got a journeyman keeping up with you, that is a problem. That is a problem. And Canelo, you don't want to fight Bud. You don't want to come down to 60 and fight Bud. That's just not something you want to do. I think Canelo is probably looking for, I wouldn't even say the money come this time around. I think he's trying to get people who's up there, but not too up there. He said, oh yeah, I'll fight Crawford. He's not going to fight no Crawford. He's not going to do that. What he needed to be doing is trying to set up a fight with Benavidez. But you know what? He don't want to see him either. And what's taking him so long? Like I said, boxers is ducking. Boxers is ducking because they already know it's some heat out there. It's some heat out there. But they don't want to face it. They don't want to face it. But I think boxing this next year, like I said, now that everybody's kind of collaborating and actually, you know, like getting stuff done, we're going to start seeing some super fights consistently. I don't care if you took that L before. Get back up in that ring. We want to see you again. We going to pay good money. That Serrano fight and Katie on that scorecard, that undercard for the Jake Paul Tyson was amazing. Amazing fight. And Serrano got robbed. I don't know what people saying. KD Taylor won that fight. She did not win that fight. I cannot get outthrown by like 200, get outlanded by 100, and I get a point taken away and still win the fight. That's not possible. The math, it ain't mathing. And it's ridiculous because these judges is really ruining a bunch of these boxers' careers. I know y'all seen the Foster fight and Garcia. Was it Garcia, the one that went against Hector? Is it Hector? It's a dude that went against Tank. But anyway, first fight, I feel like it was a landslide, and they give it to the other guy. Then I watched their second fight that was like a week ago. They almost robbed them again, and it's just like it is ridiculous, bro. We gotta start holding these judges accountable. because these judges can lose you the fight. I promise you. Like, shoot, that's why they say just go ahead and knock them out so you ain't got to wait on the judges, because we've been seeing some horrible officiating. And I don't know about y'all, but the way I judge a fight, I look at it at 3 quarters. It's like, were you busy at the beginning? Did you have a bigger moment like in that middle? Did you win the round at the end? Because it's all based off of what we remember. That's what I'm thinking the scorecards is like now. But if you going off of like literally touches, like how effective was something, or was it the cleaner punches? Every judge is different in that way, but I feel like it needs to be some type of criteria that they're looking at that can sway them this way. Because back in the day, I feel like the judging wasn't this bad. This is horrible. Like sometimes you hear the scorecards and you're like, what were you watching? Were you on your phone the whole fight? Because I seen nothing close to that. That's why I'm like, they need to really start holding them accountable, like, or overturning some of these decisions that's happening, because it's ridiculous. But again, maybe it's just a part of the sport. You know, you can't be mad at what they seeing. I mean, shoot, I watched Bivol fight, and I feel like Bivol won the fight. In my opinion, I don't care if somebody's giving me that much pressure, you know, pushing the pace. If they're not landing anything, I don't really care what they're doing. If the other guy's sitting there moving, sticking, jabbing, you know, not getting hit with nothing crazy, I feel like they win that round. But some people say, well, he was pressing the pace. That don't mean nothing. You can just be doing cardio. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is when it comes to that boxing. I love the fact, again, like boxing is on its come up, and we're actually getting fights that's worth watching now. We're not getting the number 1 ranked guy going against like a number 8 contender. Like, how did he even get that fight? It don't even make sense. But we got a lot going on. It's coming to the end of the year. I don't know what big fights is in store. I know everything pretty much is happening in the beginning of next year, I think February. But it's a lot to talk about, and we looking forward to it. So this is the boxing section of Meeting with Minds. We on to the next one.